Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Lee.
We are rolling in hot and dirty today.
Yeah, we are.
Sweaty, maybe not. Well, yeah, dirty.
Hot and dirty.
Hot and dirty.
Yeah.
Because I have an appointment with my kids to go to Gastonia, to the passport office, because
Great
it's time
city.
to renew. And so we were either going to be clean and pretty and not be able to go on a trip, or
Go
dirty
on a trip and dirty. Makeup. Is this sort of like lipstick on a pig stuff?
Yeah.
You know? Put a little lipstick on. So we pushed the camera away today so we wouldn't be so close up. And I've got on my leopard.
Yeah, you're looking fierce.
And the AC is down to 70.
Thank you. I
You're
love
so
you
welcome.
So much.
You're so welcome. It's my job to make you happy and cool.
Well done. You've done a really good job. How are you today?
I am good.
It is the first week of August.
Yes.
We
Y'all know we podcast on, the beginning of the week, and then
Sure.
you guys get it on Thursday. So been thinking about how we started our week, this being a Monday, and how we're always trying to whip through Mondays, get everything done, check the boxes. And I have something I want to talk about.
Get it, girl.
Okay, cause I avoided reading this in the New York Times. My favorite thing to do on Sundays is
Yes.
get an old fashioned. I know a lot of y'all have never heard of them, but they're like paper newspapers, and they come and they're big, and you just read the paper that way. It's not on your phone.
Isn't that fascinating?
It's so cool.
I wonder if
Anyway,
anybody else reads the newspaper. I think a lot of people do.
I think they do. I'm totally
Probably not
teasing.
anybody in the newer.
No, I don't think anybody.
Generations.
It's hard to believe print media is still even able and to be viable. So,
But don't you love it?
I love it.
Every now and then,
it's
the feeling.
It is that. It's tactile. It says, "Hey, it's Sunday morning. Hey, you got your mushroom coffee. You're all good to go."
Should we talk about how you overdosed on mushrooms this weekend?
I did not overdose
Yeah, you did.
on mushrooms, but you can talk about it. You can talk about. No, you're not. No, I did not. First of all, I'm doing chaga, lion's mane, and reishi. Okay, these are medicinal mushrooms that I take in a tincture.
Mm-hmm.
Totally legal. This is not like,
Not
wow,
like
I'm going on a
mushrooms.
trip. It's very healthy. It's good for brain health. It's good for your overall health.
Well, Saturday you had it in your coffee, you had it in your smoothie, you had it underneath your tongue in a tincture, and halfway through the morning you were like, ugh. You weren't even able to walk straight. And so also you're dehydrated.
I was just having a moment. I was just like, I had a moment,
I know. So, it's more is not always more, everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're doing great
That's a good point.
today.
I'm a Viking. Now I can get through these
You're
things.
a Viking. So we're painting the picture of Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You go outside in your robe, which is super weird, and get your paper because I have a strong aversion to being outside in robes.
Because she goes, everyone can imagine that
Everyone
I'm
knows.
naked under it. I'm
Right.
like, well, is that like when you walk out in your clothes, everybody imagines you're naked under your clothes? So she won't even go in the driveway and pick up the newspaper out off of the. That's like my favorite thing to
I've
do
done
anyway.
it before for you to be nice, but
Yeah.
it really is. I run and I listen for the cars coming because I don't want to be seen. It feels super
Shoot,
weird.
I put the beer on the golf course in my robe.
I know.
talk to the golfers in my robe.
That's why they stop
that's
here.
another thing we're going to talk
That's
about
why
today.
they're always here.
That's right. No.
Maybe we'll see Liz Hilliard half naked.
No and no.
All the way naked, just covered in a
No.
robe. I mean, it is more clothing on your
Yeah.
body than like a bikini, but
It
there's
is.
something weird. When we were in Champagne, the place where we stayed, you could wear your
We
robe
walked all over the hotel.
anywhere
the
around the
resort.
hotel and down to the spa, and everybody's in a robe. And I was like, okay, I'm
And
gonna
did
do
you
this.
wonder if
Well,
they're
it
naked
felt-
under those robes? Well, yeah, they're
Yeah.
naked under those robes.
And the reason it bothers me is this because one girl had a big day and probably had a lot of champagne and was
Oh, yeah.
legs crossed in the air. And I was like, oh.
Well, maybe you shouldn't look at her.
Well, I'm just walking around. I mean, I didn't stare once I noticed what was going on, that she was just everything out.
Prim and
Okay,
proper. She
so
is.
you go outside and you get your newspaper and you come back in and you have a lot of mushroom powders and a lot of coffee.
It's my new thing.
And
Y'all DM me if you want to know about this. I don't think we're going to talk about on the podcast
We
too
should
much
get
about the mushrooms.
sponsored by one of these companies.
That is my next move because I'm really researching into it. And the more I do, the more I go, this is so healthy. And so in my coffee, like, I have chaga and I have lion's mane. Both very good for your brain health. Anyway, I'm not going back in that.
Well,
when
you
I'm
just
prepared to talk about it completely, we will do it. But so before we get off a Sunday morning and go into what I want to talk about, let's talk about my ex-husband.
Super. Okay.
I might have to take my coat off on this.
She's already getting hot. How do I feel
hot.
about this? You're getting hot talking about your ex-husband.
No. He's so funny.
You wrote it here first.
You guys, you guys.
Oh, this is funny.
You guys that know, his name is Aubrey. Y'all know Aubrey. Everybody loves Aubrey. I love Aubrey.
Me too.
You love Aubrey.
Yeah. We're
So
good.
he texts me. We have this great communication. Listen, divorce does not have to be the end of friendship. We have so much fun chit-chatting back and forth now because we understand each other's humor. We don't have to be in each other's business. We just have a really great relationship. So he texts me last Thursday. He goes, I've got this idea. He goes, you might think it's crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm sure I will. What is it? And he goes, I'm going to bring over some Bud Light and some Miller Lite, and we're going to fill the cooler up on the golf course on Friday and Saturday, and we're going to do a social experiment to see if these guys on the golf course are boycotting Bud Light. And then he sends me all this documentation about, y'all know about the transgender hoopla. It's so silly. People are not drinking Bud Light because some transgender influencer did an ad with them. Or it didn't even come out, actually. It just kind of got
I think it was just a viral video.
And this was exciting news to Aubrey. So it's like, well, okay. Hey, if you're buying the beer, I'll put it on the golf course, right?
Does everybody know you do this? First of all, you're like, what? You drink beer?
No, I don't.
You have a gateway in your
in
bushes,
my backyard,
cut out straight to the golf course.
Yes.
It's a tee box right there. So you stick a flag in the bushes on times when you
weekends.
Provide
yes.
to be a good neighbor of the golf course.
I just love being a good neighbor. Right.
A bunch of beer on hot summer days.
Plus, it's a very small expense for, people just being happy. You can do small things for people and they're just so happy.
Right.
I feel like the golfers are my people, you know?
So that's the background on that. So what happened with the experiment? Miller Lite or Bud Light? Which one is it?
Well, it's funny. So, and Pup was here. Her son was here. And here I've got like a 17-year-old helping me, but we're on the golf course. He didn't drink
None
any
for
of it,
you.
by the way. But so we forgot to look immediately, but we did look at the end of the day and there were 2 Bud Lights left. But then I just started thinking, this is so silly.
They just want to be.
What are we trying to do? Rail on our golfers that we adore, that we try to.
No, you're just testing to see if they were to drink the Bud Light.
Well, they
Looks
drank
like they took the Miller Lite first.
They drank both of them dry.
They don't care.
They do not care whether it's Bud Light, Miller Lite. But I do like my ex-husband and his sense of humor and his experiment. He goes, we'll just see if there's any assholes. I'm like, come on, Aubrey. But I told him, he goes, and so maybe you could talk about it a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, we're talking about it.
Talk about it now.
Yeah. So
we'll do it again. We'll try it again. And
we're just going to put whatever is out there. I love Bud Light. I don't love Bud Light, but right now it's a really good price at the grocery store.
At the Be Powerful podcast, we love a good spray tan. As we head back to school, summertime begins to fade. Our tans don't have to. No Shade Spray Tanning keeps us glowing all year round, and they're here to keep you glowing all year round. No Shade now has 2 salon locations in Charlotte, one at South Park, one in Birkdale. And we're giving you a special discount code for $10 off any salon spray tan. When you go to noshadespraytanning.com, you're going to choose the South Park or Birkdale location, make your appointment, and at checkout, enter code HSM10. HSM10 for $10 off that salon spray. No Shade continues to offer their amazing mobile services, which cover now all of Charlotte and all of Greensboro with no travel fees. Thank you to our friends at No Shade Spray Tan. Y'all, tell them we sent you for $10 off. Use code HSM10. You want to go to your topic? I don't know what it is.
Okay, my topic is the article I was not going to read in the New York Times this weekend, a thing on multitasking. And I'm like, ho-hum, how many times do I have to hear quit multitasking?
Right? You're the queen of it.
Because I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got the phone, I'll be in a meeting with you and Carrie and I'll be like making sure I'm scrolling Instagram. That's just
facts.
Also,
I am proud of you for telling the truth.
Also, it's rude.
Yes.
But it's also, I always thought, a way to settle my brain so that I can actually concentrate on the things at hand.
Calling complete bullshit on that.
You're exactly correct.
Thank you.
And I didn't need to read the article to know that.
But you read it?
Yeah, I read every bit of it. And the shocker is, the one that got me to sit up tall, bring my shoulders back and go, put your damn phone down, Liz, was this. We only have just under 4,000 weeks of life in most lifespans. To me, that rang a bell. I've got 4,000 weeks or maybe less, maybe.
Right.
And I'm going to complain that it's Monday. I'm not going to complain that it's Monday. I'm not going to complain that it's Tuesday. I'm going to be here now, because if I'm not going to be here now, then I'm not going to have this day back. I'm not going to have this moment back.
Right. This
time that, that might even be uncomfortable. Maybe I am in a meeting. Maybe I'm, worrying about money or whatever we're doing in our meetings. I don't know, all of our stuff.
You don't know what we're talking about because you're scrolling Instagram.
No, I'm not. No. But I thought, if I don't give people my full attention, but first of all, me my full attention, then I'm not living life and I'm just chasing the rabbit. Meaning, I'm trying to find happiness somewhere else with some distraction, right? And the happiness is in what I'm going to do when we're off this podcast and you hop in your car and you pick your kids up. I'm going to go mow my grass. And I'm not going to listen to a podcast.
Okay.
And I'm not going to listen to music. I'm going to mow my grass because it makes me happy. And it needs
straight little lines, and it needs to be.
And I have somebody that does it, and I'm not, whatever. But I love it. It's one of those meditative movement things we do.
Yeah, exactly. So did you feel like the article was mostly being present is a better use of our time that is not infinite, or was there some part that was also scientific about brain function or intelligence or anything like that?
Yeah, they did some tests.
Okay.
They did some tests and they found that pretty much everybody performs their tasks worse than if they were doing one thing at a time. Yeah, they've done some work. They've done some scientific experiences on it, but also you can do it on yourself. Try that. You're going, oh, Liz, that's so, please give me a break. Well, I want you to try it for a day. Okay. This is my day to do it, by the way. I just started it.
What be clear on what you're starting.
Be clear is I'm not going to pick up my phone while I'm talking to anybody.
Oh, wow.
I'm going, and when I write in my journal, I'm not going to have my phone right there so I can see what's flashing up and, messages or emails or any of that stuff that's flashing up. I'm just going to do one thing at a time. And I'm betting on myself. I'm betting that I'm going to be happier and more calm and peaceful during the day.
I love that.
Aren't you excited?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited it's starting now. We spent all this time together because my kids have been out of town, et cetera, et cetera. And now on this new venture, when I'm not going to be around you quite as much, you've decided to focus in on not multitasking.
Well, that means I will be even more focused when you come back.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What are your multitasking habits? Like, when? Is there a certain time of the day? Is it when you're stressed out? When it's when you're bored? Is it always your phone? Is it other things? Like, what is the Liz Hilliard multitasking problem?
I would say that it is no different from anybody else's. When I am on a walk, I'm listening to a podcast. When I go on a walk this week, I'm not listening to a podcast.
Okay.
When I go and, like I said, mow my grass in a little while, I'm not listening to music. I'm literally going to be here now. And I think all of us do that. I mean, whether we're like making dinner for our kids or families, and we're looking at our phones, we're watching the news, we're listening to music, we're also doing 100 other things at one time. Sally, did you get your homework done? Let me help you with your math while I make these, whatever you're making. And I just say, do what you have to do as much as you can and try to be here now and just do that experiment with yourself. I'm going to do it and see how much calmer I feel.
Right.
And how much more in control. And I believe I would posit to say happier.
I like that. How long are we going to go before we check in on this?
I will really take it one moment at a time because I know me and we all know ourselves. Don't you know you?
Oh, totally.
Like you've got 2 kids. So you've kind of got to know, like, have I got a message now? And then you've got to say, okay, I'm going to check my messages every so-and-so.
Right. Instead of having it as a constant.
I have a business. I know that I've already seen that right before we got on the podcast, Carrie's texted me going, you need to call these people. So I'll do that, but then I'm going to put my phone down. And maybe it's a good idea when you put your phone down to tell your business friends and your friends or your family, I'm putting my phone down for an hour.
An hour? Like,
okay,
that's
5
what
minutes.
I always say.
5 minutes.
It's like, why can't you go on a walk without your phone? Because
I'm the one that walks on the trail with my phone. I'm the trail. The mean streets in Myers Park.
The sidewalk of the neighborhood of this suburban.
Yes, this is a rough area. But anyway, I always do.
I mean, because I tend to during those. No, I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just kind of recognizing my habits. And one is I notice when it's quiet that I do want to turn it on, that I want to turn on music, that I want to listen to a podcast. You get up in the morning and
you listen to, I hear it. What's his name? Oh, Zach
Shepard. Well, on Mondays, like today,
you're in there brushing
my smart
your
list
teeth.
Is new and I have it on. My teeth.
Your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. I do. I have those in a rhythm of which days they come out. So I do. And once I'm caught up. Yeah.
I'm just saying that was a multitask. I'm not pointing the finger.
Well, I was saying it, but you jumped in.
Yeah.
See, you're multitasking.
So,
I'm trying to find other ways. How do I multitask? I mean, when we watch television at night, sometimes I'll whip my computer out and get excited about that.
That's a big multitask. Sorry, interrupted.
Again. Never mind.
Keep going.
No, I'm good.
No, but you're right. The computer in front of the TV, do one or the other.
I know.
Me too. Yeah.
Me too.
That's our thing we're going to do today.
What we should quit doing is watching television and eating or drinking. That's a multitask that I'm not going to do in August.
Let's have dinner and
then
So let's talk about the fact that everybody's coming out of summer and they've been,
it's not to get rid of it. It is August.
To think everybody is, starting to, school starts for some schools in 2 weeks.
I know.
Okay. So those mothers and fathers are starting to go, holy cow, I've got to get my ducks literally in a row. I've got to get all these papers signed. You were watching TV with me last night and you were filling out pups' football forms.
Yeah.
Or you told me you were.
No, it was.
You're like, and
there's one more to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't he do that?
Well, he did. He sent it to me to upload into the parent portal.
Oh, gotcha.
He took himself to his own appointment, brought the forms back, and I didn't get that one yet. So he sent it to me.
Well, anyway, that, no criticism. I am the poster child for this whole experiment. So, we're just going to do it. And then we're going to put that down. And then we're going to turn on the television and go, we're going to watch this great movie, which we watched last night.
Right. I mean, it's about deciding what you're going to do and do that activity because it's not just about phone or technology. It is about seeing in other ways, which we get sidetracked. I mean, I'll walk into a room and be like, what am I doing here? Or start a project, whether that's laundry or rearranging something at home or, reading an article or starting to make food. And then you just kind of like tinkle off into the next thing and one thing doesn't get finished. So it's Beauty Palooza time. How good does that sound? And we are here to tell you how good it's going to be. Our friends at Infinity Med Spa are hosting the 7th annual Beauty Palooza. Save the date, okay? Calendars out, phones out, open up, let's go. On October 5th from 5:30 to 9:30, Infinity Med Spa will be having Beauty Palooza. What is that, you say? One of the most fun, biggest deal beauty events of the year. So let's go. They're going to have giveaways. Infinity does the best giveaways, the best swag bags for the first 300 people. I can attest to it. Go, win, save big. Fun, deliciousness. Oku, sushi galore. Bob Peters, drinks galore. DJ Vinny from the Panthers, music and moves galore. I'll be there. And the staff at Infinity is going to be doing live demos. So if you have a question or just want to check out a procedure before jumping in, go for it. All right, so we'll see you at Beauty Palooza on the 5th, but we're giving you one more thing. New patients, friends of the pod who want to try a service at Infinity Med Spa, get to use code HSM10 when booking your appointment and checking out. Tell them that the Be Powerful podcast with Liz and Lee sent you, and you'll get a special discount off your first service. Thanks to Infinity Med Spa. Let's go, ladies.
Do you remember before we had our smartphones? Do you remember?
I mean, what part of life?
Every
Like
part of
everything?
life. I remember days like as a kid, like boredom setting in. So then you just get creative and you do things because you didn't have like, oh, I'm just going to check in with my friends.
That's right.
But you couldn't because you didn't have,
Right.
or you had to go inside and in my case, use the dial phone.
Right.
And talk to somebody's parents first.
Yeah.
Can I speak to Jane, please? I'm sorry. Who's calling? I'm like, whoops. Okay, do I say my name? You know, I was always intimidated by the parents.
I know, like, what's wrong with you, Colin? Just say your name.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, we have a constant distraction by our phone. I mean, we used to have to go inside and look at an encyclopedia, and now we can Google it all. So
right.
yeah, I remember. But I mean, smarter phones started coming out. When did they come out? I mean, I was
like 2007, 8.
out of college when I got a first phone.
No, more like 2005 probably.
Yeah. I was going to say a few years after that. So I've lived my whole pretty much adult life with a smartphone, which is interesting.
Well, that's fine. I think I love my smartphone, but we're just going to remember, at least for today, and we're going to try to take that day to the next day, or maybe that hour to the next hour of there's the phone. It does, and it's not just the phone that we're multitasking with. Remember, it's a lot of things.
No, that's what I was saying.
And then there's all these other things in the world to worry about, like, you know, nuclear war, if you've seen Oppenheimer, or climate change and all those other things and the upheaval that's going on. And that tends to get in us too.
Yes.
So I just feel like we'll all calm down a little bit more, be in our own space, be where we are, and maybe through the extension of being ourselves, there'll be an extension of that peacefulness to others we're around. Maybe.
I love it. I completely love it. And we were talking today about paper calendars and planners. I mean, Carrie had a fresh new planner out.
It's so pretty.
And we said, let's see how long this lasts. But I do the same thing because I can't keep everything in my phone and get it straight. I have to see it. So I print out just 1 month and kind of color coordinate it. But I think that helps be present. I think this is a good time of year to do this. As you mentioned, school going back and just to change, you know, through seasons of going, okay, instead of being overwhelmed, I said that in my class today even, you know, we can look at everything. It's so hard right now. I want to stop this and move on to the next thing. But if we just do it one day at a time, it becomes less overwhelming.
Yeah.
And more manageable. And I think that breeds more
That's
presence.
the beauty of being in that workout for an hour. For 50 minutes, you have nothing else to distract you. And I'm going to quit bringing my phone in my own class.
Ooh.
I do that because I'm waiting. Because I'm so important.
What if so-and-so
somebody is
calls?
trying to reach me? Well, you know what? You're not that damn important, Liz.
And you're absolutely not going to answer them back in class. So it's just a moot point.
It's a moot point. And the only time I'll bring my phone in is if I'm going to video or take pictures.
Okay.
And that's going to be my new deal.
So every day she'll be air quotes videoing class. But that's a good call. Okay. And we do multitask in the workout, but
it's
that's
still,
an
you're working
efficient
out,
one.
period. You are working out.
Yeah.
You're concentrating on the movement of the body, the breath of the body. You're concentrating on what you're doing. And that's healthy. That's why you feel so good.
I love that.
That's our goal this week.
Well, and it's with everything else, if there's a change or a new project or plan or a new intention, to remember if you fall off the wagon to get back on, it's okay to not beat yourself up. And you always use this with food and sugar and cookies is the example. If you're having trouble and you have that sweet tooth and that little addiction,
Right.
cut the cookie in half, throw it away. Next night, another half less until it's gone. So same thing with the multitasking and the phone. Like I'm going to make this boundary or this goal and then on and on.
Yeah.
I mean, people do this a lot now. There's certainly a trend towards drinking less and sober curious of just saying, well, I maybe don't have a bad relationship with alcohol, but let me just see if I can.
It's a good idea to not
that I
do
make.
it.
Right. And how much better I feel.
That's fascinating because when I mean, it's just interesting. You'll go, oh, I don't have an alcohol problem or I don't have a problem with my phone or whatever that is. Well, then show yourself by not doing it and see how you feel.
Right.
And
I'm excited about this August. Be present.
It's our be present challenge.
Unmultitask.
Yeah.
Uno task.
Yeah. I think we'll roll into fall even stronger. And I mean, calmer and better. So
I love
that's going to be, that's our thing.
That's our thing.
Yeah. So,
Yay.
happy August, y'all. It's August. Let's have some fun.
Let's get out the pumpkin flavored everything.
No. We're not.
Somebody stored it's already out.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
she did. She was in the grocery store and everything was orange and pumpkin flavored.
I can't handle that.
I can't either.
That
Talk
stuff makes me
about
wanna throw
not
up.
being present.
Yeah, exactly.
Wishing
when is
away the current time.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another thing. It's so hot. Well, yeah, it's hot. It's August. And P.S. we're in climate change, but whatever. It's hot. Let's just go, all right, here we are. It's hot.
Here's what it is.
Yeah. And be with it.
Be with it.
And then take your jacket off like I just did. And now I'm wearing my HSM core shirt. I thought y'all should know.
Blast from the past.
Blast from the past.
Right. And then soon enough, we'll be whining that it's cold. So
you've only got, 40,000 weeks. I mean,
was it 40,000?
Was it 40,000 or was it 4,000?
You said 4, but I don't do quick math like that.
I have to do that. I have to fact check. I think it's 40,000 weeks.
Yeah, because 52 times
40,000 weeks, either
feels
more
like-
or less 40,000 weeks in your lifespan.
Okay.
So you've only got 40,000 weeks.
Let's
more
go.
or less.
Let's go.
Don't be worried about the weather so much, Just enjoy it. Yeah. Try to quit escaping today and going, I cannot wait for that pumpkin spice. What is that horrible stuff they sell?
Gross. I don't know.
Frappe or some kind of thing. So like 80,000 calories in it. I think Food Bay came out and says it's like 28,000, teaspoons of sugar. I'm definitely exagerating. I think
but
like
it's something
16
absurd.
teaspoons
Something
of sugar.
Absurd.
Yeah, you can look her up. She'll give you the info on that.
Yeah. Well, that's our tendency is when things get hard to wish it away and instead of embrace it and remember the little things, because usually there's always going to be a next thing. There's always going to be a next phase, a next challenge, a next whatever. It's like wishing your children's childhood away. Like, I'm so tired of this phase. I hope that they move on. And it's
hard to embrace
bleeding.
those years when they're crying in their crib all the time. Whew, that's the only time. That's pretty hard to embrace. But yeah.
Well, there's plenty of hard down the road. It's just a different kind of hard. It's a different kind of hard. So it's about being calm and present in that and moving on and knowing we got 40,000 weeks or so.
More or less. So this is one of your big Thursdays. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, this is one of your big Thursdays. So that means you're already down one.
Oh my God.
And you got to make the best of today. There's what I'm going to leave you with.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Thanks, Liz. Words of wisdom. Good luck, y'all.
But look at it on the positive side, not like, it's
how you spun it.
Yeah, not the way I just said it. Right. Anyway, let's go live life and have fun and be present in the moment and do the best we can and don't beat up on ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to go mow the grass. If you see me with ear pods in, you can call me out.
I was going to say, listen to our podcast, but don't listen to podcasts. Yeah, okay.
Well, but listen to it. Do it when you're going, I'm going to listen to this podcast now. I think you could probably, we'll talk about that later. We want you to listen to the podcast.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Have a good one. Happy
Yes.
August. Happy summer. Happy right now.
Happy right now.
I love you.
I love you too, right now.
Right now and always. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.